Seniac, it's not going to be a huge university. The title? Let me introduce myself. Finally, the Folios won't be foolish anymore. Seniac, let's reclaim some land. The ocean? It's my time to shine. Ah, yes. Bakery of Mid-Sylvania, with a barbershop on the second floor. Seniac! Guys, my name is Seniac, and welcome back to the episode of the Fool's Kingdom here in City Skylines. Well, last episode, guys, we finally built our first university. Which is true, the fools won't be foolish anymore. But that does bring a bunch of benefits, but some negatives. Now that we have a university and a lot of these folios want to seek that higher level of education. Which while they do that, they do stop working in commercial and industrial places. So the workforce slightly dwindles. It's not a huge problem, but it's something that I've noticed in the past before. Which is why today we're going to be building a zoo. It made no sense. I don't know why I segued into that. Guys! That is for a future headache, trying to get more people living in the Fool's Kingdoms. But today I want to build a zoo. Now, we have parks, city parks. We even have a nature reserve. We are yet to have a zoo. I want to kind of add some more leisure activities to kind of have more of a draw to bring people in. Which is why I want to tackle this first before I do try and bring people in. Because if I can get more people living here, then bonus for us. But to get more people living here, I need more attractions to keep them entertained while they do live here. So, that is what we're going to be doing today. Guys, if you are enjoying the series so far, I want to see more, then please make sure you smash that like button down below. If you're new around here, make sure you do subscribe so you're notified that next episode does come out. Now, the thought process and the location for the zoo is going to be on the Fool's Kingdom. It's actually going to be around here. I've been trying for the longest time to figure out what I could do with this staggered land area, and I thought it would be perfect for a zoo to kind of have like a walkway go down there, a walkway go down there, and have it on 2 tiers. I was even thinking about kind of utilizing like a chairlift to get some people down from the metropolis area over here all the way up to the zoo. Man, so many ideas and stuff we can kind of come up with. But we also need to kind of create a road connection, and a really simple one would be just simply off this roundabout. So this is going to be interesting, but before we jump into it, guys, actually give me some name suggestions for the university and what we can call it. And the football team as well. Now, I technically can't rename it in many ways. Or can I rename it? How do I do it again? I kind of forget how we do it. Is it the sports over here? So, team identity, there's not really much I can do with it. If we kind of just left them as it is and the team color as it is, I can rename it in a sense of... I mean, I think it gets renamed automatically with what you call this. But the university, right, is called the University Campus of Fool's Kingdom. If you shortened it down, it would be the UCFK. Okay? Now, that sounds, you know, simple and simplistic. But if I actually write the University Campus, hold on, if I do it all in capitals, University Campus of Fool's Kingdom, you can see those 4 letters, right? And use your brains, and I'll allow you to rename them in your head. That is our UCFK. Go! No one cares. No one gives a crap. You say where I'm going with this? Say. That is an amazing name. It is an amazing name. It is the Spartans, which the identity you can't really change too much. Someone suggested the jesters, you know, for folios, but you can't really do much with it. But if I can make them the alligators, I could make them the chirpers. UCFK chirpers. That is, I know, guys. I know. We've peaked. We've officially peaked. But anyway, that is the name of our university, the UCFK. I gotta make sure I say those letters in the right order. Otherwise, I'm getting cancelled. Right. So, building a zoo. I want to build it here. Now, when you take a look at the elevation, it does all slope down gradually. And we do need to build a road coming up to here. But I'll get all that stuff set up anyway. I think what I'll do is I'll utilize this section here as being the main area that we'd kind of drive in. So if I kind of first start by building a road. And do I go over like a slightly big road or a simple road? I don't feel like there's going to be much traffic coming off this. So if I just kind of keep it nice and simple. If I go in 5 down there, and then the rest of it is all down to us. So we're instantly climbing from the get-go. I could go quite big with this, and it kind of elevate all the way up, which is not too shabby. And if I bring it, I'm just going to slightly all follow it around. Down to here. Bring it to about there. So it's kind of inclined all slowly up, which is really, really cool. And then we build something beautiful. So I want to select the point that is going to be the straight area to this, where we can eventually build the car park around it. Which I feel like that point is here. So I got there by 30. And then what we do is we'll go across by 10. Actually, no, I'll go across by 7 on each side. Because that then should be able for me to utilize adding in a car park. So do I go, how wide and big do I go? I can go nice and chunky. I don't suppose I'm going to have that many people over here. But if I do it by, I'll do it by 20. Come down here by 20. Now we do have this type of road here. I can kind of connect in to kind of keep it all sweet. And I plant a bunch of trees in the open wide gaps there to really bring this area together. Your boy Celiac is building the 7th wonder of the world. With trees and car parks. Amazing. Truly ahead of his time. I don't know what I'm talking about today, okay? I don't know what I'm talking about. Right, get all that in. I'll save that little space there for like disabled parking, EV parking as well. Normally I place them in the middle and I don't really give too much of a thought to the disabled parking side of things. But today, I thought about them. Because normally I put it like in the middle or at the end. And they're the ones that I got to travel the furthest. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4. Do the same on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then all the EV parking, if we can spin this around. 1, 2, 1, 2. Gotta get those electric vehicles in, boys. Saving the planet and all. Saving the planet, boys. There we go. So that is the parking situation pretty much done. So, if I connect this up right now, then rather than waiting a little bit later, because the zoo's going to complain, whatever I do. So if I set something like, oh, that's not even connected. Hold on, let me delete that again. So bam, bam. And then we'll use the move it tool right now to kind of bend that all in like this. So we have a nice cleaner run to the roundabout. Sweet, mate. This is good. So this will kind of then like have the entrance there. Nice walkway going all the way around. Probably will come down to that second layer. But I don't know. It depends on how much space I kind of need. Because I could probably utilize it for something else. Not entirely sure. The road comes up here right now, which eventually I can maybe, you know, stick a roundabout here or whatever and then utilize this whole section. Could build a nature reserve on top of this bit now with the little water section. So there's lots of things that we could potentially do. Now, what I want to focus on first then is get into the park area with the zoo. And then getting the main gate down, which is going to be as centralized as I can get it to that area. And then straight away, we'll make it nice and big and wide. And just to generally cover this area. So I ain't got to worry about when I start building it right now. And I'm hoping it can provide enough leisure around as well, where it might then start to kind of cause some upgrade to some of the buildings and areas around. And I've got to make it as inclusive as possible so people can travel to it really easy. And they haven't just got to travel via driving here. So, forget all the utilities for just a second. I want to focus on doing all the pathway first. So if I bring that out by 5... and then we'll kind of like bend it. We'll bend it to there. And then we'll run it in a straightish line there by 25. So hopefully trying to maximize the space we have around. And do I bring this a bit further, or should I kind of then slowly start the bend straight away? Now we'll start the bend straight away, and then we'll kind of create quite a tight bend as that bows round and then goes pretty much down to here. So straight line doesn't really make much sense, but that is the main core of the whole zoo in its entirety. Now, of course, if you're here and you want to get back to there, it's a long walkway back, so we'll try and create something right now. Now, can you elevate these and create... Yeah, you can create bridges. So what I'm thinking is we also create a little section. So if I came out to here, I know this is really, really high. So I'm wondering if I can kind of create like a little stairway down. So if I came out by 6, went down a bit, went down a bit, we'll do one more. We'll do it to here. There we go. Nice little zigzag. It's a nice little feature. So it gets quite tight and then wide the further you go down. So it's just a cool little feature. That's literally all it is. So you can kind of walk around the whole zoo, and as you get to kind of the end, it's easy to get back up and go back, or vice versa, depending on which way you want to kind of walk around it. So it looks a bit plain and boring right now, but we'll set up a few little cool little areas to kind of get up and running. So we'll first start then by setting up a... Well, we'll actually utilize this corner piece here as being a little section where we can have food, concession stands and whatnot. We'll do one there. I'll also implement one here as well. So just kind of set up a few little different designs. And I'll integrate one over on this side too. There we go. Not bad. And then we'll start placing all those little buildings in then. So we do have a couple of little side gates and stuff that we can kind of squeeze in. But it does need to be near a road. Which is not really going to work for us, is it? Because I need a road near... That's why I want to set up a cable car. Because I can make the cable car go over the zoo. So over here. That's a good idea. I like the idea of that. That's a better idea than what I previously thought. Right, okay. So they're all side gates then. We have the zoo plaza. We have the cafe, the souvenir shop, the restrooms. They're the main buildings that I kind of want to get in. So if I set restrooms, let me do all the restrooms first. There we go. There we go. We'll then do a souvenir shop. There we go. Bam. And bam. And then we have the cafe area as well. And well, bam. So the main buildings I want to get in. We'll also get like a little bit of a zoo plaza down. So, you know, if they get food or whatnot, they can enjoy the food. If they're, you know, waiting for people to use the restrooms or go to the souvenir shop, there's a little kind of like a miniature park area, trees that they can kind of chill out and relax in. So there we go. And then we'll start getting some of the buildings down. So these are quite large buildings, and it's all different elevation changes we'll be pretty much looking at. So we'll do what we can do. Now this has, it actually has path going all the way around it. So I think that might be a cool little feature to integrate with somewhere that already contains path, unless they kind of keep it on a straight section there. So it does probably be, actually if I delete this, try that again. Right, if I just do it there, it kind of already connects a little bit in, which is, it is what it is. It is what it is at this point. So if I just kind of, so you're kind of walking around the little zigzag as you're kind of progressing through, which is pretty cool. I do actually like it. I do like it. So the birdhouse then. So I think the birdhouse will be a nice little squeeze in one of these little areas. So I think I'll just get it just there. We've got then the antelope. Is it antelope? Yeah, antelope enclosure. Again, a decent little squeeze close and nearby. We have the bison enclosure, which is a kind of like another one that also can utilize the walkable spaces around it. So we'll anarchy it. Do I anarchy it or kind of place it down myself? Is the question. Yeah, we'll place it down ourselves. So delete just there. And if I placed you about here, because I can utilize, you know, that little viewing deck. Also, looking back, overlooks the university and whatnot. So we'll get the path then connected. A little bit of a bridge. Do you know what? I actually like the idea that it did turn itself into a bridge there. Alright, delete to there. There we go. Nice. So that was the antelope one, wasn't it? Which is it this one? Yeah. Then we got the bison enclosure. Oh no, we've just done the bison enclosure, sorry. Then we got the basically the reptile house, which I'll throw. I feel like I want to do like more little cut-ins. Like that, just to kind of add to what we already have. And if I do, say one there, bring that in a bit more. Yeah, I'll be able to utilize stuff a little bit easier. So reptile house then, I can like throw that in, like say just here. We have then the flamingo enclosure. Which if I threw that in, let's say just here, because it's also something that we can connect path and stuff to. Delete you then. So if I then went and tried to do a 3x4. Okay, that's handy. And a 4x3. Okay, why not? Why not? So that was the flamingo enclosure. We also then have the elephant enclosure. Now this is a fairly large one. So we'll go just there. We have the sea life enclosure. Ooh. Do I integrate some water in the zoo? Okay, we'll come back to that one. We have then the giraffe enclosure. Right, that also has a slight viewing deck. So if I placed it here, where can I utilize path? There. Slight little wiggles going around. And then if I... No, we'll keep it like that because it keeps it all separate. And I can plant all trees and stuff down and other little bits and bobs to kind of bulk it all up. We then have the monkey palace. Which I'm going to throw that in just here. We have the rhino enclosure. Which I'll throw just there. We then have the lion enclosure, which this is a walkable one as well. So if I place it like dead center there. Damn, you can already hear them. You can already hear them right now. I'm keeping it like it is with the little thingy because I'm gonna do like a bunch of terraforming and terraining and stuff like that. Now, what was that then? That was ground tiles. If I did a brush, okay, it plants it down like a carpet, doesn't it? Yeah. So this then is the sea life enclosure, which that bit goes into the water, but a shoreline is required. I mean, I know I could utilize up there, but I don't want to extend the zoo over to that point. Doesn't really make much sense. I don't know if I'll be able to fill it in or not. Whether or not that's going to be a thing. Oh man, this is a tough one, isn't it? This is a tough one. Let me see what I could do. So actually, let me first things first then. Actually just sort out the terraforming of a lot of this stuff. It's more like pushing some of this stuff kind of out. In some areas. And then smoothing it further back. So it doesn't like necessarily go up to the building itself. And then some of it we can kind of like, you know, sort out ourselves in many ways. Now, do I create an area for it? Nah, 'cause I don't think it would look right. So I'm just going to leave it as it is. I don't feel like it would kind of look right. Now, we'll get like some rocks down right now for the zoo. And really kind of bulk it up. They become nice little features. I want to utilize these ones as well because these are pretty cool. Like I could do a set here, so they're walking through the gapped rock on the entrance, and then you can have it like this. Well, that kind of covers off a little bit of shadow on that one side. Trying to slightly rotate these. So there's lots of little shadow and whatnot. And then we have the pattern rock kind of going through it. It's like art. It looks like archaeology kind of stuff. Like old fossils and whatnot. And I could stick in like this kind of stuff as well, but I don't know whether that would kind of fit the theme. I mean, that kind of would. Having it dead center, it looks like there's a big hole in the middle. And then like it's like these holes connect. There's like one there as well. We have this one as well. It kind of goes into like, oh, that's perfect to end it just here. So the path goes into the hole in the cave. Yes. Yes. So, okay, right, before we go any further, let me just sort all the water out right now. So kind of just go around the ring. And does that solve everybody's water issue? It should do. It don't solve the power issue. Not everyone's all intertwined and connected as well. But we'll use solar parking power spots, even though that is really... Oh, do you know what? That's just close enough that it warrants me, bam, connecting you. I'm going to have to hide power lines with trees and whatnot. I'm going to have to, aren't I? Right, there we go. Everywhere's then going to have power at this point. Just wait to kind of finalize. Not bad, not bad, not bad. And people are already starting to arrive at the zoo as well, which is really good. I got to turn parking off around here as well, so they utilize the car park a bit more. But yeah, got a couple of rocks down right now. Is there anything else additional I could potentially add in that will kind of look pretty cool? Coral, some lily pads and stuff like that. Maybe not. These won't look right, will they? Nah. Maybe I just add that one just there. And then probably then just fit in all the trees and stuff, wouldn't it? So we'll just kind of dot around in a bunch of trees. Just kind of naturally create a borderline forest around the area. I want to go with a few different styles of trees as well. Get some different colours on the go. Kind of keep it like that. But I think one of the main draws would be, it would be pretty cool, is adding the chairlift in to bring people up here. So if I first kind of get rid of the ability for people to, not vehicle restrictions, parking restrictions. Oh, they can't park anyway because it's the road with the trees. I forgot about that. I forgot about that was a thing. Yeah, I really forgot about that. So what would be really cool, guys, give me some name suggestions for what we could call it in the comment section. That would be greatly appreciated. But we're going to set up now then. I can even have like a chairlift going this way too. We're going to set up some chairlifts and get them all up and running. I think that would be kind of like a nice addition. Cable cars is what they're known as. So cable cars start. I can have an end of line stop or one that kind of sends them in both directions. Or I have... Now, we'll have an end of line on both sides. I'm going to bulk in the trees just here. So I'm going to really reduce the brush size here. Let's go a little bit crazy with it with these ones here. I've got to add definition and different shades. So it won't look like much now. You just got to wait for it all to grow. And then go for these wavier ones. So it don't look like much, but it'll look kind of cool in the end. As we have more time to kind of build it up in the future. So what's pretty cool is the path also has trees on it as well. So it's not, I mean, it doesn't look too bad, does it? It looks pretty good. It does look pretty good. So we then got to figure out then how we're going to run these cable cars then. We've got two. So one's going to go back this way, one's going to go... Actually, I'll bring this one that way. This one will be the one that tears through the zoo. It's just, where is it going to connect down here? Now, we've got a subway stop just there, so maybe integrating it down here wouldn't be such a bad shout because it's easily transferable for people to get onto that line. So if I add in an end line station, let's just say just here, so it's near the cinema as well. Then on this side, we could have it... Because we've got subway lines here, we've got the big junction just there, which having it not too far from there would be a good idea. So if I just implemented it just here, actually if I implemented it just here, near the bus route stop as well, and then have it all kind of intertwined and connected. But let's start with this first then. So we kind of want to bring it up. And I don't want it to destroy everything. Do you know what? I don't think I need to bring it up too much because we're going to be going down in elevation. So the great thing about this cable car, then it's going to run through the zoo. Which then you kind of get like the ability to kind of see some animals all at the same time. Which is pretty cool, isn't it? So that one's set up just there like that. And then this one. Quite long-winded to make it turn, isn't it? Now, because we don't really have anything over here, I don't think it matters too much, but I'm going to run it up along the, what do you call it? The mountaintop area. Right, we've kicked the power lines out of touch, so let's only key them through just for now. So we've still got water being produced. Very important for the economy. There we go. So this, it's quite a cool little view right now. But this line here, I don't really have anything to kind of utilize. Like we have the ability to go through the zoo right now. But how cool would it be to kind of be on this little cable car as it goes through the zoo area? That would be a nice little addition, wouldn't it? Now, how many people are going to use it? I don't know. I don't know. It will be interesting to see what we get utilized from it. But it's something to just give a little bit of time. There's a lot of vehicles already heading on the way up right now, so a lot of people do want to come here. Now we've got some indication of a little transport line hooking all the way over too. Give it a little bit more time right now, and then we'll see if we can really kind of benefit from it. So it costs a fortune to upkeep it. It always does. It's one of the expensive ones, along with the theme park, because there's really big high running costs for this type of park in many ways. But with the amount of people I can see now on the way, we should start to have a nice steady incline in revenue. So a lot of people are incoming. Some will park. Some will obviously arrive by cable car. But it's pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet. I've seen lots of people come over here just yet. No one really wants to use it just yet. You got to give them time. Got to give them time to figure out that this is a possibility. Lots of vehicles. Lots of tourists it'll be as well. So what we're up to now? We're nearly 1,400 in income. So we need another 1,000 big ones then to actually start making any type of profit off this park in general. I mean, it's not like we're struggling for money. We got a couple of million in the bank. We're making quite a bit on the old weekly, so we're not struggling for cash. But this is gonna be interesting. I reckon we got some nice little points. I'm liking this little staggered thing, even though it looks really, really weird. I don't know how the game has kind of decided that's how it's gonna play. But there we go. Right. People on the way to this, and I really want people to utilize and use these. It's a simple method, isn't it? Are people coming to the one over here? Or are cable cars overrated? Or is everybody who wanted to come here has already got here by a vehicle? Maybe that's what it could have been. Interesting if that is the case. Very interesting if that is the case. Okay, okay. Don't want to add any natural disasters. Don't want to kind of create... No, I'm not going to do all that stuff. You're crazy, boy. Guys, he's crazy right now. Someone take away these abilities. Sand. Is sand needing to be utilized anywhere? I can't even paint sand down. Right, someone's got to be using these now, right? Still nobody? They have the world's greatest view. The world's greatest view. Right, what'll be easy is to check the lines as well. While we're making money right now, still no. Still no. But that's okay. Our focus was never to make money off that. But in terms of then... Oh, you can't even view the lines for the cable car, so it doesn't really make much sense at all. Are people walking over here yet? Oh, 2 people. Okay, some people used it. Is that dude going to walk in? Nope. Okay, so 2 people did use it in the last week. 4 people in the last week who used this. Oh, someone's walking in. Okay. I think it could have been because everybody who wanted to go to the zoo was already driving there by the time I built the cable cart system. So it was just kind of inevitable that no one was going to use it from the get-go. But I actually like it. It's quite a cool little zoo, to be honest with you. I think we've really utilised the staggering section to our advantage. And it adds quite a nice little addition into the Fool's Kingdom. But we do need more population. More population will bring more people, because at the moment, people employed versus jobs available is... the balance is not quite right. Okay? It's not quite right. And we need to sort that. We really do. So I think in the next coming episodes, we'll probably end up focusing on that ability to increase it. What we could also do as well, just while we have the chance right now, is to kind of slowly start extending some areas. We can utilize the zoning. So as we create this little section just here, I could either drop down commercial, or I could probably just, you know, fill it with residential just like that. It's got water, I'll have power. So we can kind of throw down some residential in a really, really desired area. I'm surprised not as many people are using this. I'm really shocked by that. I would have thought that cable cart system would have been amazing. But no. Nobody wants to use it. I mean, 14 slowly getting there. Slowly getting there. So now we're making no money whatsoever. So everybody who wanted to get here has gone in here, and there's nobody else. Wow! Siri doesn't even understand right now. Get out of here, Siri. Stop listening to your boy right now. Get out of here. So we could advertise the campaign, which will bring in 20% more visitors. I could select it as the main park. We could do night tours, even more fun. All this stuff costs more money. But the thing is, it's not something that I wanted to kind of be as a fundamental business. 24 people now using it. 6. Okay, they're slowly making their way right now. Slowly but surely. I don't know what I was expecting, like thousands of people to be flocking over here. I don't know if that was what I was expecting, but I just don't know. Building's starting to happen right now, which is all looking pretty good. But it ain't too shabby. Nice simple zoo in the Falls Kingdom. Is this where Meat Sylvania gets its products from? Those exotic meats, when those, you know, other meats are no longer available? Everything seems too sus right now. Everything seems too sus. And on that note, we're going to end it here. Hope you guys did enjoy this episode. If you did, smash that like button down below. But until next time, guys, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.